Alright, good evening and welcome to our channel Princess It. Still in the 7th of July 2025, and we have a message here that briefs us of some of the things that are currently going on, which I'm going to get across to us so that we can be abreasted with information. Alright, this says, good evening, esteemed house members. Please be advised to kindly disregard all circulating rumors suggesting that the IMF/World Bank team has arrived in Nigeria for disbursement purposes. Such claims are entirely false, unconfirmed, and misleading. For your awareness, the outcome of the strategic meeting held abroad would be formally presented to the federal government of Nigeria tomorrow, the 8th of July 2025, by both appointed delegates and the official delegates from the federal government who participated in the international engagements. Following this presentation, only then will the precise timeline for the arrival of the IMF/World Bank team be made known to the public. Until that official communication is received, please do not entertain any unverified speculations regarding their movements. It is important to emphasize that we are not going to engage in endless discussions or unnecessary anxiety about the arrival of the IMF/World Bank team. These matters involve strict international processes and protocols that all parties must adhere to accordingly. I urge everyone to stay calm, focused, and resolute as we continue to pursue our collective goals. There should be no friction, no panic, or misinformation regarding the funds. It is not a matter of if, but when they will be given to us. Your understanding and patience remains highly appreciated. Thank you, and God bless us all. All right, I think we need to bring out one of the kind of constructive criticisms from this message. We could see that there was no tagline, there was no, the message was anonymous, and we have not been able to pin it down to where this message was actually sent from, but it dropped on one of our channel of information, and that's where we pick it from. The message attempts to calm the tension within the group by addressing rumors. It also shows that there is an ongoing process with both local and international stakeholders that are involved, which helps to manage expectations. The tone also suggests unity and also encourages that we should stay focused and very hopeful. But then there are some areas of improvement also within this same message, which the statement that talks about we are not going to dwell on the movement of the IMF team is not at all a kind of it's feeling like it's a dismissive and unclear statement. It's not at all clear. You understand? It's like a dismissive statement, which if you are going to really dwell on that statement, it's almost looking like, or can be interpreted as a kind of leadership avoiding transparency rather than maintaining some level of protocol. If we know what the IMF team actually stands for, I hope we understand what I'm trying to say. IMF actually stands for fairness, equity, transparency in the process. So if the statement says we are not going to dwell on the movement of the IMF or World Bank team, it's like we aren't going to wait for them. I'm just thinking aloud. We aren't going to wait for them till we start any process of disbursement. I think we should dwell on verified information and responsible communication, not dismissal. Not dismissal. So another thing is the statement seems to lack some level of authority or source reference. Yes, if possible, we should be able to get the name of who at all actually sent this message for some level of authority that should be professionally attached to that. If we know that yes, what they brought from Switzerland will be communicated to the government according to that information from tomorrow, according to them. So, but we also need some clarity on the expected steps and when updates is going to be realistically communicated, even if it is approximate. But when it to be realistically communicated to the group, if it is from authentic source. But conclusively, what I just want to bring out from this message is the message serves its basic purpose, but lacks some level of clarity. It also lacks some level of structure and authority. So whoever wrote this, there should be some clearer timelines that should be attached to this information for the communication to be more reassuring and credible, also for effective communication to our audiences, so that we can really know where we are, what we are communicating to the masses going forward. I think is very important. So that is the message we got. It says that from tomorrow the report from the visit abroad would be presented to the federal government by the delegates, and the federal government delegates also that were involved in the journey. Then from there we now know what comes afterwards. But the issue of we aren't going to wait for the arrival of IMF, whether before we present it to the government or before disbursement. You know, there are two sides to it now. Let me feel like what they meant was we aren't going to wait for the IMF team to come before we present our report to the government. Fine. I don't think there's any need for them to wait for the government before the report is presented. You understand? But then if it is we aren't going to wait for the IMF for disbursement to be effected, then you begin to see that there's a level of a dismissive form of integrity that might want to be at play there. Anyway, let's see how things unfold, and we pray that everything works together for a greater goal. Thank you very much. That's the information we have for us tonight, and definitely will come your way again with a better update, and let's see how things unfold within our quarters. God bless you. In case you're new, do subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss out on vital updates. Thank you, and God bless you. Bye for now.